Hey, frenzies! Welcome back to Two Wacky Teacherpreneurs Tell All. I'm here. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jess. I'm here with my buddy Amanda, and she's actually surrounded by these really cute puppies on our YouTube channel. So you should check them out. One of them is her actual real dog.
This one.
So yeah, this is really cool. She's pointing to it right now. If you're
Hi.
on YouTube, you could see it, but if you're not, well, you'll have to imagine a real cute dog in your mind. Anyway, today we're going to talk about kind of the bane of my whole existence, something I always have regrets about, and that's email lists. I've been horrible getting one rolling for myself, and I talk to every business coach, friend, entrepreneur, colleague I've had about email lists because I'm like, it's the one thing people tell me that I need, and I've never had one. I've tried starting it a few times, but then I just get kerfluffled and I stop. If that's even a word. I don't know. Anyways, today I'm going to ask Amanda all about email lists because she actually did build an email list and I got a lot of questions for her. So let's begin. Okay, Amanda, the topic today are email lists. I feel like we usually don't talk about this, and I do feel like it's a big white polar bear in the room or elephant, whatever you want to call it, in the room is that you have an email list that you spent time building and I don't. But I know that you haven't been emailing your list for a couple years, but you still have it. Like an email list is something that you own, like Facebook and Instagram and Teachers Pay Teachers. Those are platforms that other people own. You don't own your content, you just own like the videos on your phone that you save, but an email list is yours. Like it's a list of emails that you can use to try to sell people things or talk to your customers or help your customers with things and get your ideas out into the world. So, anyways, I was just wondering, how did you even start your email list?
That's
Do
the
you
first
remember?
question.
Yeah.
Well, I think I started on Mailchimp. Uh, and I started and Blogger. Like from the very beginning, I think I got it set up on maybe it was Blogger or maybe it was WordPress. Because I went from Blogger and then to WordPress. But I also tried Squarespace too for a while. But yeah,
But can you
mhm. Can I
could
what?
you explain to people like how do you get someone's email?
How do you get someone's
Like that's
email?
what I really need. Yeah, how do you get someone's email?
Yeah, well, I also used OptinMonster, which is, I mean, pop-ups. I think they're annoying when I go to other people's websites, but they do work, and just experimenting with different pop-ups and offering different um I mean freebies is but just changing them up. I mean, I still have OptinMonster even though I'm not using it, which is a no-no. Like, why would you pay so much money for something you're not even using?
How much
But
is OptinMonster? Could you tell us?
it's really expensive. It's like I don't know, like if you don't, because they always give you discounts, like when you first sign up. But and there's different tiers, you know. Um, but I can go log in right now and find out. I feel like it's like 250 to 300 a year.
Okay. So,
So
and when we're
yeah.
talking about opt-ins, it's like this feature if you had a WordPress that you would put on your WordPress, but can you do opt-in Monster on other website building platforms like Squarespace and Wix and stuff like that? Or is it just a WordPress plugin? Do you know?
That's a really good question. I've only ever used it on WordPress, but I feel like it could probably be used with other website platforms. And I'm sure this is a company that's probably, I mean, like GitHub, people use GitHub a lot for websites and things. Um, you're bombarding me with questions. First, let me tell you how much it was. Okay, so like I said, I haven't emailed any of the people on my list for 2 years, and I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Um, but I haven't paid for it for those 2 years, OptinMonster. I canceled it, But then when I quit teaching this last school year, 2025, 2026 school year, I decided it looks like I signed up again in July of 2025 and I paid 313, and that is for the Opt-in Pro yearly. And so yeah, that's a yearly subscription. And now I think I'm looking for the other answer to your question. I'm sure you could Google this, Jess. Can
So if we're
opt-in.
talking about OptinMonster, like for people listening at home that maybe know nothing about email lists, are you saying that like OptinMonster is it's a plugin, right, that you put on the back end of your blog or you put in your blog and then you choose what part of your website that you want to have a pop-up, like a pop-up will appear and then OptinMonster you type in what you want that like I don't understand
Yeah.
really.
Well, and also it also does work with Squarespace. But to get it to, I don't know if it works as a pop-up. It might. I mean, Squarespace has their own sort of pop-up features, but it can be integrated with Squarespace. Um, but so yeah, you can make it, you can do all sorts of things. So there's different, it's not just pop-ups. It could be, they call them different things. So there's like an inline form, which is like, it shows up on a blog post. So like if you're writing a blog post about a product, you could put, um, like a form in the blog post, and so when someone's looking through it, and I do that a lot too. So you can put them all over, your website in various places. And it's really easy to get it to work on WordPress. Like it's like you have to like put in an API key and you get that on OptinMonster. I don't want to get too technical here, and then you put it into WordPress and they play well. So like there's lots of videos and lots of like tutorials on how to make it. And there's even like a button. I'm logged into OptinMonster right now and it says integrations and I'm integrated with ConvertKit. So I also have ConvertKit. So you have to have like Mailchimp or there's so many like AWeber. I feel like there's, what do you have? You used to have, you've had other platforms that, and they, ActiveCampaign, there's another one. Um, so these are basically like email, they they keep all your email subscribers in their system, and you don't need OptinMonster. You could just have like ConvertKit, and ConvertKit has its own type of pop-up integration with WordPress. But OptinMonster is very like customizable, whereas ConvertKit, all of their forms look the same basically. I mean, you can change the colors a little bit. And if you're like a coder, I'm sure you could do even more to change these, but okay, I don't know. I'm going to stop there. What else?
Well, I only had an email list through Kajabi when I was really trying. Like I did this whole weird course. It was like a $5,000 course that I took about like building a amazing course of my own. And it was all about using Kajabi to do it. And Kajabi's really expensive. It was like $200 a month. And I
Yeah.
did start building an email list through Kajabi. And I had this vision for what I wanted to do, but really just the fact that I was a full-time teacher, it was just really difficult to get my dreams launched pretty much because I couldn't follow through with my promises and building this course and also doing all my usual job responsibilities at the time. So I kind of like let it fall. But for the first time ever, I learned how to have an email offer and like send someone something and then get their email address. Kajabi made it so easy. But if you really don't have something already built and ready to launch, Kajabi isn't really worth it because you're paying hundreds of dollars a month for that service. And so I have talked to Claude since then, like telling them this is where I'm at with an email list and how am I going to start a website or a membership website if I don't have an email list. And so it did give me really excellent advice, like to start with, I believe it was Mailer Lite, because you can have your first 1,000 subscribers for free. So you could just kind of practice on like trying to push like forms out and like trying to get people to sign up for things, you can practice. And then when you get your first 1,000, then you can move to a pay website. And it gave me all the paid websites that it would use first, right? Because it's sort of like building your email list is this thing where it is expensive, but you can start out doing it really cheap when you first start. And then as you go, you pay like depending on how many email subscribers you have to pay for to keep that list going, to store that list. That's what I understand. Like if you have a really big list, it costs more money to store it
Yep.
and more money to email people. That's what I've picked up on the whole email list thing, even though like I've barely got over 100 subscribers every time I try something. And I just tried it again. Like I just did this whole thing in November where I tried to build another email list. I think I got like 110 subscribers
That's so
and then
good.
just
You
didn't
did it
know
in
what
one
to do
month?
with it. Yeah, I did it in like a weekend.
That's really, wait, 100 people signed up in a weekend.
Yeah.
Jess, that's really good. Why are you complaining about that? Are you kidding?
Well, I just
100
like
in a
I feel like
weekend? That's
I feel like kind of a
amazing.
weird failure. I know.
No,
Well,
you're
I
not.
guess if you're saying it's amazing, I'll believe you. It doesn't sound amazing to me. It sounds like, oh,
If
like 100
you
people,
look
whatever.
if you look up like email like rates like what's good and what's bad about like the number of email like subscribers you get, like because OptinMonster can rate it rates my and gives it, let me go look, they're called campaigns, okay, an OptinMonster. And sorry, I haven't been on the OptinMonster in forever, and so it will tell me how good my campaign is doing, like what the conversion rate is. And sometimes it like has like a really excited, they have like emojis they use and stuff. Like right now it looks pathetic because I haven't had, this up and running at all. Um, Actually, I do have sort of a secret page that I created that people have to unlock. And it took forever to figure this out, Jess. Remember? Uh-oh. I think, oh, okay. You froze for a second. But they had to, like, I did a podcast episode and I said, if you want the slides to go with this episode, and I did like 10 episodes and they each had a slideshow to go with them, like the lesson, so that people could get for free. But I gave them the link to the page, and then that page had a pop up, just that page. And it was like, unlock the editable slides library. Okay. And, um, and so I'll just tell you the numbers right now. And this is something that I've just been experimenting with. So I should, sometimes I feel like we're so mean to ourselves, like I signed up for this in July and I haven't done anything with it. That's not true. I've tried some stuff. But have I stuck with it? Have I went and looked at the statistics of like what's going on since I put this up? No, but I'm looking right now. And so what you want to search for is what is a good conversion rate for email opt-ins, okay? And if you got 100 people to sign up in 2 days, like you got to like do some math there. We got to figure this out.
Okay, it was probably 2 weekends if I'm thinking about it. Like I probably started on like a Friday, talked about it on Saturday, Sunday, and then brought it up again the next week, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm searching this right now because it's really low. The conversion rate is like so low. 3 to 5% is a good conversion rate. So I guess what that means though, and I don't know what you use to do this, you kind of have to look at how many people saw the pop out up versus how many people signed up. That's how they figure out the conversion rate. Okay. So like you have to figure out how many visitors were there and how many people actually signed up. And that's how you can figure out what the percentage is. And anything over 5% is, or 3 to 5% is considered good.
Okay, well, I did all this on my social media. So I don't know. It wasn't like a website type thing. It was just like click this button if you want to join my email list, and then you can come to this free webinar I'm doing.
But I think
Basically.
Instagram can has that those analytics too, right? Like if you're
Yeah,
like,
I don't think the numbers were good with how many people would view the stories.
yeah, so how many people do you think viewed that story? And then I think, you
On
just
an average
divide.
day, 1,000.
So let's say you did it for four, you
But say on an average day, I didn't get 100 people. Like the average day, I'd get like 27 people. Then the next day, I'd get like 30 people, right?
well, that doesn't really
But
matter. What you want
the
to do
numbers
is,
were low. The numbers were not that impressive compared with how many views of stories I get.
okay, well, what you want to here, just a second. Okay, so what you do is the number of subscribers, you divide it by the number of visitors. So whoever signed up divided by the number of visitors. And what we figured out for Jess, we had to pause it because I'm really bad at math and figuring this stuff out. But what we figured out is that we're just estimating here that Jess said maybe 4,000 people saw the opt-in and 100 signed up. So you divide 100 by 4,000. We used a calculator. I don't know who would be able to do that in their head. Could you do that in your head? Um, so we came up with 0.025. You move the decimal over two times to figure out the percentage. So it's 2.5%. So you were 0.5% away from having good turnout. Like, and Jess, you asked when we paused, is this going to help people knowing this? And yes, like if you have an email campaign, is what it's called. So anytime you're trying to get people to opt in to your email list, that's like a campaign, right? A pop-up is a campaign, an inline form on a blog post is a campaign. Um, and so you want to track, how is a campaign doing? Is it working? Is it not working? And you want to find the conversion rate of the campaign. And apparently, if it's over 3%, you're doing amazing. Now, let me just blow your mind here because you're going to think this is pathetic, but it's not. Okay. So, OptinMonster is telling me that my only active campaign that I have going right now, it has only had 7 visitors. So, only 7 people from all of those podcast episodes that I did and all of the promoting I did. It wasn't 10 episodes, it was like 5. On my podcast, which I don't have that many listeners anyways. It's like my podcast is not some huge podcast, right? It's the people who love me who listen. And so I only had 7 people visit the page and only 2 filled out the opt-in, and the conversion rate according to OptinMonster is 28.5%. So this campaign is successful. I just need to get more people, and maybe it's not very accurate because there's not that many people that have even seen it. But like, this is the problem I have in my business is I hide a lot in my business. Like, I'm not someone who promotes things aside from podcasting. And I've chosen that, and it's okay. I'm not relying on my business to pay my bills, like it's a hobby. So like that's okay for me. But anyways, I'll shut up now.
No, this is all great. I just wanted to get your input on email lists and people out there. Like, I mean, I guess the whole point of this podcast, and this is something that I talked to Claude about, is just getting people to see that like if you're just putting stuff on TPT and TPT shuts down tomorrow, like, well, you still have all the files you made, right? But you don't have like all those followers to your TPT store. You don't have your reviews anymore. You don't have your sales anymore. But if you had an email list that you were building on the side, you'd always have your email list, even though people change and maybe that your same customer from 5 years ago isn't your same customer today or something, right? But you still have those emails. You're still connected to those people. It's something that you own. It's an asset. And that's really big and important for people to consider. That's why we wanted to do this little episode about, just having it in the back of your mind that maybe this is something like every entrepreneur I've ever talked to in the teacher pay teacher world who's very successful has owed it to one thing. One, building their products on TPT and then having an email list. Every single person. They're like
Yeah.
email list, email list, email list. What's the thing that's made you the most money? My email list. What are you most happy you did? Build my email list. What helped you quit your job? My email list.
Wow.
Everybody, like nobody says, "Oh, a book I wrote or
Well,
some contracts I
you
did
know,
or
they do say that one email is worth one person on your email list, I think is worth, I think it's $1. But everyone has different, like whoever's opening your emails more is is more valued than someone who never opens your emails. And that's
yeah.
another thing, you're paying for these subscribers to be on your list. So you want to scrub it is what it's called, like clean it out, like get rid of the you think that my email list is so great, but it's old. Like most of the people on that email list, I haven't used it in 2 years, might not even remember who the heck I am. Like it's not good, Jess, to not use your email list for 2 years. Like, but it's just what it
Well,
is,
what would be the
what
next
it
step
is.
for you? Could you just send out an email and see who still wants to be on?
Yeah, actually, so I have a spreadsheet that I downloaded that ranks all of the people on my list based on value. So like who's bought stuff, whose open rate is really high. Those are the people I'm going to email. I'm not going to email everyone because I think Opt or not ConvertKit, I signed up for the 1,000 subscriber tier, so I'm gonna mine my list and that spreadsheet for who were my thousand, as Pat Flynn calls them, super fans. And those are the people that I'm gonna email and then build from there. So I just have to start over, really. I mean, I still have those like core people that probably remember me because they were such huge fans of me and are maybe curious about what I've been up to, and then just build from there with like, like I said, with various forms on my website, opt-in forms. Yeah.
So that's your next plan.
I don't know, Jess.
I mean, like if you did want to fiddle with your email list, that's the next thing you do with it.
Well, you have an email list too, by the way. You have the Wacky Teacherpreneurs email list.
I know.
We
Have we
have
checked out
that.
our subscribers yet? Like how many should we say?
How many subscribers we
Well, they're
have?
probably listening right now.
I haven't even looked in so long. And that's the other thing. Like someone who's like, I'm going to create an email list. Yay, it's so exciting. And they work so hard to, like, this. And then it's like, no, the work is not over. You have to continue. You have to actually email these people. Like you have to write the emails and you have to like stay consistent with like keeping in contact and promoting things and like trying to build an email list is like a full-time job. It is.
Yeah, I do have a few friends that have their email list probably up and going for 8 or 9 years now, and they have tens of thousands of people on their
I do
list, like
not have that many. That is
25 to 35,000 if I were to guess, right?
wow.
And the weirdest thing, and they do talk about this all the time, is that a lot of people on your list like email you back. So like
Yeah.
you email them. So like in any given day, they could send out an email to 20,000 people and a couple hundred people might send them an email back thinking that they're talking to them like one on one, and they get like hundreds of emails all of a sudden, and some of them are just really weird, like people argue with you and people like critique your grammar and people get mad at you for selling things and then they ask for those things for free just for them, and it's really weird. Like I mean, you could write
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole book about what it's like getting emails back from people that it's like they don't quite get that, it's not like they really do believe it's a one-on-one. You're just emailing them and that's it.
Yeah, because people don't, like, regular teachers don't. know about email lists, right? Like they have no idea. Maybe they do. I mean, their teachers are really smart and savvy, but I think this is also why big lists aren't all that great to me. Like big followings, I'm not interested. I am interested in money and people who love me and who want to hear from me and who are like my people. But like, I don't want to list that big. I don't want to have that many people. But with AI, you can kind of automate, like, you could interact with these people with your AI agent. I keep talking about these AI
That would be
agents.
that would be crazy. What are the websites called? How do you find an AI agent even?
It's
We should do a whole other
Claude.
episode on
You
that.
use Claude Code. I haven't done it. I have not tried this. I don't want to. I'm scared because they
Yeah,
just go out and act independently on your behalf, but you have to figure it out through Claude Code. Like it's basically an
yeah,
AI agent is like a mini Claude going and like replying to your emails for you, going and shopping at Safeway for you. Not actually going there, but I do the online shopping. So I might tell Claude, like, plan all my meals and buy all, like, put all the ingredients in the Safeway shopping cart. And so I can pick it up at 2 o'clock, and then your AI agent can go and like do all this online stuff for you. That's kind of what I think it's about. But I only know about this because of the news, because of the podcasts I listen to. I don't have an AI agent. I'm not doing that because I'm too scared because I've heard some scary things about what it could, like how it can
see,
mess
I
up.
think we should do our next episode on AI
Well,
agents,
we got to try them
but
first.
maybe not.
We have to try it
Okay,
out
okay.
for ourselves. I don't know what to say about it. I've never used one, like we should try it out and see. But what do these
We should.
puppies in your paint have to do with email lists? Can we end with that?
Well, I think the paint is just you being creative, but it's also kind of messy sometimes. Like you're trying out new things, and one of your campaigns might go great, but one of them might get kind of splattered and messy. And maybe you didn't mean to do that, or it didn't work out, but you're still going to keep trying.
I love that. There's cracks too. I have an idea for mine. These are my super fans on my email list. Like these are the people who love me and they're not people, they're puppies, but they're so
Yeah,
sweet. They're always there for me. They want to hear from me.
that makes sense. I like it. So
All
we
right.
end on that note.
Yes.
Namaste.
Namaste.